on day 2 of no water. So to feed my chickens and I guess just my chickens, to water my chickens, we're going swimming. Goofy dog. It's not ideal, but it's either that or they get no water. So I'd rather have a little bit cleaner water. But yeah, they didn't get watered last night, so they're a little pissy. Full bucket. Yeah, there's a few leaves in there, but I'll need to move them today. They've pretty much taken down this whole section. So we'll move them to the next one. So here is where we are with the water. This section here is what we put in new last night. It's where the leak was. Took it all out. It holds. However, there's another leak somewhere down in this section. We're not sure if it's over here or over here. I think it's in this over here because that's where he said there was a big leak. And we think it might come from this shut-off valve right here that my father-in-law put in a very long time ago and we've never ever used. So I think we're gonna take that out, and we have a meeting tonight, so it probably won't get fixed tonight, which means no shower again tomorrow. Yay. But yeah, at least we figured it out, and what we did is holding. So he's gonna get parts on his way home tonight, and then after the meeting, no, tomorrow after we both get home from work, we will go ahead and finish fixing this. And it does mean my greenhouse won't get put up this weekend because he was going to pour blocks every night this week so we could get our final 5 blocks done. And his last one would have been done Saturday, which means we could have put the greenhouse up on Sunday. Now it won't happen. So I really got to get my tomato plants out. Once we get the water on, I might just have to put them in the other garden. I'd really like them under the greenhouse, but I got to get stuff in the ground. So I'm going to prep my pumpkin garden today so that as soon as we get water, I can plant those and we can go ahead and get water on them instantly. I do need to get some water on my green stalk over there because I planted a bunch of stuff and it didn't get watered yesterday. So yeah, let's go check sheep. Good morning. We are day 3 with no water. So it will be fixed tonight because we all really need to shower. Yeah. And then tomorrow, these guys are all going to get, well, almost all these guys. You can't go out yet because your baby's not quite old enough. But the majority of these guys are going to go out with the big flock. And I think there'll only be like 5 left in here. I would like to get them sheared before we send them out. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Today is basically all about getting the water going. And then over the weekend, we're going to plant the garden, get some sheep sheared, move some sheep, do some fencing, and maybe take a day off because it is a holiday weekend and we would like to have a holiday. So this is a little concerning. I know, baby, you're on the wrong side of the world. So I have some lambs over here. I have this lamb that belongs in with these moms, and then we have these two here. There is not another sheep in this entire pen. So let's go hunt some sheep. Okay, I feel a little better. Underneath the feeder there's probably a dozen or so lambs. So there's 20-ish probably in here, but I need to find the rest of them. Yeah, there's probably at least 30 head of lambs over on that other side. That's a little odd. There's only about half the flock here. Wonder if the rest are still out back here. Or they could be in that other field. We'll go check there in a bit. So we got 2 eagles in the tree. And if we go from here down this field, across this field, and right behind there are my lambs. So I need to push them back to the barn. So we do have a couple quail eggs in here this morning, but I'm not going to collect them. We have a friend who is selling us his incubator that he used for quail maybe it was last year. I think it was last year. And so I'm going to just leave the eggs, and then when I get, I don't know, 40 or so, I am going to incubate them, and we're going to see if we can hatch some baby quail. Maybe. So I think before I head to work, I'm going to mow the lawn really quick. That way it's just done and out of the road, and that'll just get us one step closer to getting my gardens planted this spring or this weekend. Well, guess I won't be mowing the lawn. Okay, well, I'll just bring you back when I get home from work because apparently today's not the day for me to get a whole lot of stuff done. But we're gonna fix the water when he gets home, fix the lawnmower when he gets home, and yeah, that'll probably be enough for today. So yeah, we'll see you in a bit. Moment of truth. Success. Good afternoon. It has been a cold, rainy, kind of crummy morning. We did get the water on last night, and we ended up coming back to town to get another hydrant, because we decided while the water is still off to the hydrant that I use for the birds, we're gonna just run it over to the pasture. That way we don't have to run a hose as far, and we can water the garden, water the birds, water the sheep when they get in there without there being any issues. So basically our morning has been spent trying to figure out parts for the new piece we're putting in. Well, it is turning out a little bit nicer this afternoon, and so we're working on that water. Maybe next weekend I will get my plants in the ground. So we're connecting this hydrant down to this fence line. Slowly gaining. I'm just excited because this will simplify my life when I need to water the garden. So I only have to take the hose like through the fence instead of all the way across the pasture and then the road and then the fence. But we are going to hook up the black pipe that goes to the hydrants and then plumb everything up here where he's at, and then turn it on, make sure there's no leaks, and then we need to feed. And it's raining again. It's not getting any nicer out. It's just raining more. And we're missing parts. So we had to cut about 4 foot off of this one that would have pretty closely reached there where it needed to be, but it had holes in it. So now he's trying to figure out how to get from here to here. And so far, he's got that rigged up, and he just went to look for more parts. This is when I am extremely grateful that I have a ingenious husband who can pretty much make anything out of nothing. Because I can't. My brain doesn't work that way. Well, my brain doesn't work half the time anyway, but it doesn't work on the level his works at. And my daughter's the same way. She can just figure out literally anything, and they both continue to amaze me. And I am very grateful for that because it makes my life so much simpler. Double rainbow over the farm.
So I'm going to go bury everything except for the connections on the other side.
Okay.
Get that started. Clean up part of the mess here.
Well, it's definitely been a long day, and we may have only got one project accomplished, but it's one project accomplished. That doesn't happen very often in our world. So he is just backfilling everything except for right up here where we have the connections, and then down at the other end where it's connected as well. Sometimes he scares me. And then that way, when we turn it on, if there's any leaks, we'll still be able to fix those two sides. Pretty sight. My rams in the pasture. Good morning. ish. It's cold today. I've got a sweatshirt, my jacket, and long johns on, but at least the sun is shining. It's supposed to warm up to about 55-ish today, so hopefully it'll get there, but the wind is pretty cold and we're supposed to get more rainstorms. So we're gonna finish. What are we doing? We're gonna finish backfilling the hydrants that we put in last night because there were 0 leaks. I have water all over again. It's fabulous. That was only a $100 mistake, but it's fixed. We did plumb the new hydrant so that I can use it for my garden, which will be fabulous. And he's waiting on me to get in the hole to hold the hydrant so it stays upright rather than, you know, leaning. But yeah, that's our morning. What are you doing? Like she doesn't have enough toys. You're so weird. You're so weird. No, I'm not playing fetch with that. Go find your Frisbee. Where's your Frisbee? Go find your Frisbee. Okay, now explain what you're doing.
Okay, so over on the side, since this is a frost-free hydrant, when you turn your frost-free hydrant on, and then water comes out of here. Okay, then when you shut it off, see that pee hole down there?
Oh.
It drains all the water back out of this. But if you shove dirt in there, there's nowhere for the water to go. So what I'm gonna do,
You need to
is take this and do that, and then fill that with gravel so that when I put my dirt on top, it still can drain that water into the gravel and have somewhere for the water to drain out of this so that it will still work properly.
Okay. Told you he was ingenious. So the question you always need to ask yourself when you are working with your husband is, how much do you trust him? There's the hydrant. Here's me. Here's the hole that I'm sitting in. Here's him in the loader. My job is to make sure the hydrant doesn't move and none of this piping breaks while he does this. It's gonna get buried now, sister. I can't grab it. Get out. Herding geese out of the hayfield is not something I thought I would ever say or do. Okay, well, we finally got that fence in from out back, but we opted not to put it up yet because it started raining again. And there's enough feed in there. We're so stupid. We're gonna let it ride. So we threw the moms and lambs in there, and we're just going to hope for the best for tonight. And then if we need to put it up tomorrow, we will. But tomorrow's supposed to be a 70% chance of rain, whereas today was only 40. But it's kind of more than a little rain. So I think that's going to be it for us today, and we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.